Water is life. When we started this adventure, we really had no idea how much water it would take our family to do the dishes, laundry, shower, eat, drink, all the things that we took for granted while living in a marina with free water. On our best days, we only used 12 to 15 gallons. As we moved south and started spending more time in the water and on the sand, our consumption rose dramatically. We have two 100-gallon tanks. It would take 8 trips to the shore to fill them and 1 more to fill the jerry cans. This became overwhelming. Then a viewer contacted us and offered us the best gift ever, a new Watermaker from Seawater Pro. This is truly life-changing. Previously on Spoondrifter, we spent 3 years in a boatyard, bringing our 40-year-old hurricane-damaged sailboat back to life. Todd, I, and 4 of our 10 kids knew nothing about boats when we started, but with time, we have repowered, re-rigged, and turned this boat into a home that's ready for the next big adventure, before we sail to Florida and leave the U.S. for bluer waters.
This end up there, and I can lift it up to you where we can tip it up. We might be able to do that. Can you grab this right here? All right, maybe you can go all the way up and over the top. And I will just keep pushing.
This is our Watermaker. Whoop, whoop. It's very heavy, but very exciting. That and that box right there.
What do you think, puppy? What? I gotta move this up there and you're in the way. Alright, so here's the first part of the Watermaker. This sucker is huge. This is the rest of it. Time to sharpen this guy again, but this is a one heavy duty strap. Alright. So we have our extra filters here. We have a high pressure line, discharge line, already prepped with a through hole to go through the boat right there. I don't know which ones of these two is which. I think this is the sample line for doing the samples. So we got an installation manual. I have the short high pressure line, fitting, TDS meter, high pressure valve that they use. It's not technically a needle valve. More hose parts, etc. This is the back flushing thing. So this thing mounts on the front of that big motor I just showed you. Right here. That guy right there. Yep, that's the ticket. This is the lift pump motor. This pushes water through from the sea strainer up to the high pressure pump that I just showed you. These are probably the filter housings like this. Underneath here is the main part of the system. These are the membranes. So it takes the seawater, lift pump, high pressure pump, through the filters, and then into these membranes. And it forces it through there, I don't know, like 1,000 PSI, 800 PSI or something. And what goes through the membrane is usable water. What doesn't go through the membrane washes through. That's called brine, and it gets ejected back out of the boat into the ocean again as salt water. But what comes through the membrane has been desalted. So that's pretty nice. Oh man, these things are heavier than I thought they would be. Pretty nifty, huh? Now that we have some pieces, we gotta actually go figure out where we're gonna put them. Well, there's 3 fairly large components to this, and that is the membranes, and then the high pressure pump, and then the filters. And so obviously we want ease of access for the filters, somewhat ease of access to the high pressure pump because eventually you have to change the oil in the high pressure pump. So let me show you where my options are. One is to repurpose this top shelf and put the high pressure water pump up there and probably hang the filters either above or hang the filters right there, and the membrane would have to go all the way across like that. Second option, to mount it above on this wall right here, which would actually mean that right through this door right here could be where the controls are. I'm going to have to mount the high pressure water pump underneath here. The third spot would be to put the membranes right here, which I can fur them out off the wall, and that actually might be easier than up here. Now to kind of get them out here, bring them in here, think.
We love the Seawater Pro Watermaker because of its simplicity, lack of computerized controls, and the ability to customize its installation location. When you use our affiliate link that's listed in the description below to purchase your system, we'll get a referral credit that helps us out. Thanks so much.
Okay, so I have it in for the most part, except for the flow meter, which I have to get another elbow for. So this is kind of what it looks like from the door. I'll brighten that up. Anyway, here's our meter right here. Our little flow meter will be right here. Got the new sea strainer. Got a T, low pressure water pump. Now I just got to figure out where to mount a high pressure motor. Have you ever had one of those moments where you say to yourself, if I do that, I'm going to cut myself with the razor knife. Nah, I won't cut myself. Well, I cut myself with the razor knife. Guess I should start listening to myself. You know? I should listen to myself. I'm smart, right? Alright guys, so the progress so far, got the seawater pump running in here to the low pressure pump. So it's got to come out from here and go around to that fitting right there, and then it goes through those, and it's got to come out the fitting over there, and then it has to come back down here and has to go in the high pressure pump, and then it comes out of the high pressure pump here and goes up here to that one right there, runs across the top one of those membranes and down into the lower membrane and out. So I had to come into True Value to get a part, or to Ace to get a part for the Watermaker. One little piece is all I needed to hook it to our tank. It's only 3.5 miles to the Ace. All this time, my phone battery is getting less and less and less. Right now I'm down to 15%. This new lifestyle, I've got to get used to it. I'm gonna go home to the boat and I'm gonna put a charging cable in the backpack I carry with a portable battery pack. All right, so the Watermaker is installed. Now we need to fire it up.
And hope everything goes well.
Yeah, do we got the fire extinguishers ready? No, we shouldn't need fire extinguishers. You probably should have them ready just in case.
They're right behind you. And one in the engine room.
So the first hour of water needs to go basically back overboard to clean out chemicals in the membranes and stuff. So I don't quite know how to do that.
Sorry about that noise. Abigail is making us cookies. Yum!
Since nobody made me lunch, that's what I'm having for lunch is cookies. I like cookies for lunch. Anyway, so I got to do the first hour of this overboard. Since it's a 40 gallon an hour Watermaker, that means 40 gallons I got to put overboard. How what? You're looking confused, Tammy.
Okay, 40 gallons in an hour. You're going to be emptying that 5-gallon bucket a lot.
8 times if it's a 5-gallon bucket. If it's this like 2.5 gallon bucket we hang overboard to wash the anchor with.
So do you just turn it off and empty it and turn it off and empty
I haven't
it?
figured that out yet.
All right, so the controls are in here.
Now, first thing we got to do is fire up the DC motor. Water low pressure pump first on, second off, so that we remember that. You ready? No leaks there yet.
Filling the filters here.
Filters. Yeah.
All right, so we're ready to put on the high pressure pump.
Uh-huh.
That is this one. I'm keeping it from getting everywhere.
Are you ready for the real thing?
Great. Well, that looks good. Oh, don't be stupid.
I don't think it's bad at all. She smells it.
I'm like the cat, I'm picky about my water. That's actually fantastic.
Right?
I think that tastes better than the water that we currently have in the tank.
Right? Better than the city water?
Yeah, the city water kind of has a moldy taste. All right, Abigail. Taste our water we just made.
Is it gonna taste water?
Taste it.
All right.
Abigail's tasting it. That's good, huh? Abigail, is it good? Yes, it's good. All right, let me take it back.
Take the moldy taste in my mouth.
No, it doesn't taste moldy, does it? All right, Liberty, it's time to taste test. The rest of us think it's okay.
Taste test?
Yeah, that's our water we just made.
It tastes like water.
It tastes better than the stuff we currently have, huh?
Yeah, I can't drink the stuff we currently have. I'll drink it if I need to, but it's gross.
Right. I am so excited about this. Like, it's been tough to stay hydrated with some of the water that we've had along the way. So thank you to the viewer that gave us that Watermaker. You know who you are. Okay guys, it's time to leave Tampa. Maybe, if we can get out of here. We have been at it for a couple of hours this morning trying to get everything ready. But the wind has been high this morning and is supposed to get better this afternoon. So we won't go very far today, but hopefully we will leave and go further south. That's my goal. Abigail is doing some pasta so that when we get done today, we don't have to cook dinner. Todd, along with eating breakfast, is trying to put stuff away. This is still an absolute disaster.
It's a workshop. It's not a disaster. There's a difference.
Now that the kids don't sleep here, it's your workshop. Liberty is folding laundry. Are those the clean clothes on the floor? It's never as simple as just get going, especially when you've been somewhere for 2.5 weeks. We're going to leave today?
I know. Are we? That's always the question, right?
Okay, I can't find my phone. Oh, there it is. It's outside because I'm supposed to be upstairs putting a track into our chart plotter. It's a little bouncy today. Woo! So, you can see the waves. This is because it's windy. We've got the small generator topping off our battery bank after the night. We get down to somewhere around 70 overnight. But there's no sunshine today. It's actually looking pretty nasty. Okay, now it's starting to rain. Maybe we will just stay here one more day. Misery is optional.
Okay, so we're to green, which is 25 feet.
Okay.
Straight rudder probably. We'll go ahead a little bit.
Okay, winter coat and hat is back. What's that all about? Yeah, it's a bitter north wind today.
Yes, Louisiana caught up with us again.
I know. What do you think? Are we doing this again? So much for sandals and flip-flops. So I've got my wool socks on again. Todd has his wool pants on. Oh.
Yeah, you know. Need to get my hat on too.
Where's the cat? We're trying love and hugs to see if that keeps her from puking. If she's just anxious. Well, dear, what's our wind?
9.6 apparent. Guy with all the bikinis on the front.
Right? Holy moly.
Looks basic.
Whoa! Todd's not liking this inside route very much.
I don't like it at all.
We already bumped ground once.
Bumped? We stopped. I don't think that's a bump. I think that's a you're done.
Okay, you slowed down and turned the motor off before we hit it. It was just a small little lump in the road.
So, you know, when you're living on land, you complain and moan about all the potholes. When you're on the water, you complain about all the things that go up that aren't supposed to be there. They really should fix all those and get rid of them. Take all the ups and go put them in people's potholes and we'll all be happy. You don't have to turn on the red light.
Okay. We are anchored in Little Sarasota Bay, and we pulled in here based on the
Navionics
charts. We picked a spot, decided it looked okay. It was clear of crab pots. Pulled in here. It was supposed to get deeper. It never got deeper. And so now we're anchored with like 2.5 feet under our keel, and the tide is supposed to drop 2 feet.
Yep. So, you know, we might wake up at 2 a.m. at low tide with the boat leaning a little bit. I don't know.
And the problem is we saw like, well, I think 1.9 was the lowest I saw coming in. So we might have to wait for the tide to come up before we can leave.
Theoretically, it'll come up at least 6 inches before we leave, but hey, we've been wrong before. We just were.
So this might be a new experience for us.
Yeah. Spoondrifters are stuck in the bay. What idiots. What did they do? What were they thinking of anchoring over there? Didn't they see there weren't any other boats?
Oh. Anyway,
Some nice houses around here, though.
Yeah. I mean, this is a really quiet area, and Sarasota doesn't like anchoring boats. So, like, we came in right before dark, and we will leave right as it's getting light if we can.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
That's the plan. That's our plan, and we're sticking to it.
Yep.